Scene 2. Specifically, it is based on Mark Antony's famous funeral speech in the scene. While there was no direct cultural exchange between Caesar's Roman Empire and India, the trade routes established and maintained by the Romans opened up channels for future exchange between India and the world. These interactions led to the spread of ideas, art, and technology over time. Through the scene in reference, we learn the art of oration, justice, morality, leadership, and betrayal. Act 3, Scene 2 of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. The aftermath of Caesar's assassination unfolds in Roman Forum. Following Brutus, Mark Antony delivers a masterful oration, subtly undermining the conspirators by highlighting Caesar's virtues and questioning the accusation of ambition. Through emotional appeals and revelation of Caesar's will, Antony incites the crowd's fury, turning public opinion against the conspirators and setting the stage for ensuing chaos. This pivotal scene showcases the power of rhetoric and public persuasion, theme central to our performance in national drama competition. Our team aims to capture the contrasting oratory styles of Brutus and Antony, highlighting delicate balance between logic and emotion. Though Mark Antony's speech was not delivered in India, the principle of persuasion, justice, and power of words resonate in the historical and cultural context of India, where speech and dialogue have been central to governments and philosophy.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often turned in their bones. So, let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you, Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. For you all know, Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I here to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful, unjust to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. Sure, Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought many captives home to Rome whose ransoms in the general coffers fell. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? Nay. When that the fool has cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of stern stuff. Yet, Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all say on the noble, I tried for the bit of a kingly crown, which he did. To rise to refuse. Was this ambition? Nay. I speak, not to disapprove of what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him and not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment! Thou art fled to brutish beasts and men have lost their reason! Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. And I must pause till it comes back to me.
Methinks there is some reason in saying, if thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had a great wrong.
Has he, masters? I feel there will a birth come in his place.
Mark here his words. He would not take the crown. Therefore, 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some will tear abide it. Poor soul, his eyes were red as fire with weeping.
There is no nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him. He began begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, master, as if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I come here to tell you that Brutus was not ambitious. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. This as well.
I found it.
I found it in his closet. Let but the commons hear it, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss their Caesar's wound and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yeah, beg a hair of him for mercy. And then, mentioning it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
We will hear the will. Read it, Anthony.
The will!
We will hear Caesar's will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it yet. 'Tis not, you know, how Caesar loved you.
You're not.
You are not woods. You are not stones, but men. And bearing the seal of will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you go mad. 'Tis good you know not you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will. We will hear it, Mark Antony. You shall read us the will. Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I will wish out myself to tell you of this. I fear I wrong the honorable men
Who's that?
whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men.
The will! The innocent! They were villains! Murderers! The will! Read the will!
You compel me then to read the will? Then make me read about the corpse and let me show you him who made the will. Shall I descend? Will you give me leave?
Come down! Descend! You should have leave!
Arrange, straight around.
Stand from the heart, stand from the body.
Room for Antony! Most noble Antony!
Now stand far off. Make some space for me. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day, he overcame the Nervii. Look here. The envious task made. Look what a cut he made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus had stabbed. And when he plucked his curse steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as the rushing gun of doors to be resolved. If Brutus so unkindly knocked or no, Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you God! How dearly Caesar loved him! This was the most unkindest cut of all. When the noble Brutus saw him stabbed, ingratitude, more strong than the traitor's arm, quite vanquished him. And his mighty bloody heart mantle, muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, while all ran the blood. Great Caesar fell. Oh, countrymen, what a fall was that! And I and you, all of us fell down. Once bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep. I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious robes. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold? Caesar's vesture wounded. Look you now! Here is himself, man, as you see we traitors! Oh, piteous spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar! Oh, woeful day!
Oh, traitors! Villains! Oh, most bloody sign!
We will be revenged!
Revenge! About! Seek! Burn! Fire! Kill! Slay! Let not a traitor live! Stay, countrymen.
People! Here noble Antony! Most noble Antony!
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to the flood of mutiny.
Antony continues to derive the crowd, which begins to be swayed by his logic and his obvious sorrow over his friend's murder. He emphasizes again and again, I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts.
I am no orator as Brutus is, but a plain, blunt man that loved my friend, and that know very well who gave him public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wits, no words, no word, action, no utterance, nor the power of speech.
The crowd is ultimately turned into an unruly mob calling for the blood of the conspirators by the mention of Caesar's generosity in leaving money and property to the people of Rome, and by the spectacle of Caesar's bleeding body which Antony unveils. In every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
We will mutiny!
We burn the house of Brutus. Come away. Let's seek the conspirators.
Yet hear me.
Why, friends?
Yet hear me, countrymen. Yet hear me. Yet hear me.
Yes. Hear me, countrymen. Hear me speak.
Peace, oh. Peace, oh.
Peace, hope. Peace, hope.
Hear Antony, most noble Antony.
Hear Antony.
Peace, ho! Hear Antony.
Most noble Antony!
Why, friends, you don't know?
Why, friends? You don't know what to do.
Where is
Caesar deserved your loves. Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You forgot the will I told you about.
Most true! The will! Let's hear the will!
Here's the will. Here's the will, honorable. Here's the will, honorable Caesar.
Here's the will, with Caesar's seal. Countrymen and citizens, we left you 75 drachmas.
Most noble Caesar!
Royal Caesar.
I will revenge his death.
Moreover, hear me with patience. Hear me with patience.
Peace, oh.
Peaceful.
He hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, and his new planted orchards. he had left them you and to your heirs forever common pleasures. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Never, never. Come, away, away. We will burn his body in the most holy place, and with breath